G'day, Mike here for another episode of Making Munch with Mike. So we're gonna cook another sausage. Wild. I've got no idea what we'll talk about. Pretty much like every other episode. Now, sometimes I have some idea. Sometimes when I'm rambling, like today, then I think of something. I'm like, oh, I should talk about that. But there's I've already gone to 12 minutes and I don't really want the videos going over 10 minutes. And so sometimes I'm like, I've got a whole 24 hours where I've had this idea in the back of my mind and it gets a bit more built up. Although I think there comes a point where my ideas deteriorate. I think particularly if I'm not talking to anyone about them, if they're just in the back of my mind, I think that makes sense that they just start deteriorating and they become less clear, less anything. Or maybe there just wasn't much to the idea to begin with. That's another possibility. Sizzle, rizzle, dizzle. Always got to burn the ice off first. Classy. This fry pan is way too fancy for the way I treat it, but oh well. One day, I want to do a roast in this fry pan. Like, I've done a roast in the fry pan before. I don't know why I had to state it that way exactly, but like Jamie Oliver's 30-minute meals. The way I think a fair bit about cooking shows is that they're not at all about the cooking, but that's actually something where I've stolen an idea. Like, all the time I've watched Maggie Beer's cooking show, I don't think I ever really took anything from them and was like, oh yeah, do that. Oh, okay. Maybe one idea that I'm like, yeah, I want to do that someday, but I haven't done it yet. Ravioli with just an egg as the filling. Oh, wow. I want to try that one time. But that wasn't Maggie Beer, that was Simon. Yeah, I think his name's Simon. Yeah. But an idea that I took from Jamie Oliver was like, to speed up a roast, you just hit the outside a little bit with some heat on the stove, and then put it straight in the oven in the pan. I think it's a good idea, just for like, you seal the meat then. I don't know if that's just a general idea, but it makes sense to me. Like, when the outside is nice and sealed, all the moisture stays inside. You're not cooking inside out, you're cooking outside in. The inside's nice and moist and juicy. Outside is the outside. It's nice. Anyway, there you go. So it's not a perfect idea when I say that cooking shows are all about people and nothing to do with cooking. I'm probably overstating it by a whole lot by saying that it's got nothing to do with cooking. Yeah. Wow. I think that's something that's been hard for me in the modern era of cricket. Before, like, the lunchtime show was all about cricket, but it's becoming so much more about people. And I'm just like, yeah, but I like cricket. You know? Cricket. It's fun. I mean, the peopliest bit that I want from it is just, here's how to do sledging. Masterclass on sledging. That would be fantastic. Or you chewy on your boot. That's a football sledge, not a cricket sledge. Not much of a sledge, is it, hey? But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Chewy on your boot. It's so funny because like having chewing gum on your boot is a little bit annoying. But when you're playing a competitive sport, little bit annoying things you have to just ignore. Like, you play football in the rain. Normally, you'd be like, oh no, it's raining, this is annoying, I'm going to be all wet afterwards. But you're like, no, it's a little bit annoying, I don't care, I'm just going to play the football and play wet weather football. So you're just thinking about the tactics that suit the conditions. You're not thinking, oh, it's a bit annoying that it's raining, or I really should have worn a raincoat, or I left my brolly at home, oh, what am I going to do? Like, you're not going to use any of those things. Like, you're just like, yeah, I'll just have a shower later. Yeah, you don't avoid the annoying thing. And so if you're playing football and you've got chewy on your boot, and you're like, that's annoying, but you shouldn't be in the mindset of like, oh, annoying things, I should deal with them. You should be in the mindset of like, let's play the football. Anyway, I don't know why I'm analysing sledges. Analysis. What a wild time. Sausage. Yeah. I was looking at a packet of sausages just before, as I got this sausage out. It would have been difficult to get the sausage out without looking at the packet of sausages. Would have been a challenge. Yeah, sausages. I think I've only got like 2 weeks more worth of sausages. Wow. What's going on there, hey? Anyway. I had thought, oh, maybe I'll talk about how I make bread. Is that an exciting conversation topic? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? But I'll tell you anyway. This is going to be like the most cookingest showest of all. I get this little container. It's a 1 cup measure, I think. I'm not super convinced that it's a 1 cup measure, but maybe it is. So I get this, and I get the bread machine hopper. It's actually the bad guy from A Bug's Life, or from Ants. I don't know which one. Yeah, from A Bug's Life. Anyway, fill this up with water, put that in, and then I normally spill a little bit. So I'll put like tiny bit of water in the bottom, then put that in, and then roll my sausage a bit. Which I probably can just turn it off. So then this has like a cup and a few mils of water left in it. Then I take this to the bread flour bag of Lorky bread mix. Classic easy bread to make. And I get 2 full cups. We've got a little flour scoop that I like scoop in, because I find if I try to scoop with this, then I get like a big air pocket in the bottom somewhere, which terrible idea. Terrible. You don't want a big air pocket. That's like a whole bunch less of a cup of flour than you're meant to do. You don't know what you're putting in there. But the dropping it in method, oh, very nice. Give it a little shake, make sure it's nice and flat. Throw that in there. I do 2, and then the third cup of flour needs to be like 4/5 or something. So no accuracy at all, just about 4/5. Just guess. Not wildly close. Put that in. So far, I've spent more time explaining it than it takes to actually do it. Like, it's a cup of water, bam. Tiny bit extra, bam. Flour. And then, oh, is that right? Tip a little bit out. Oh, tip too much out of it. And bam. Third cup of flour. That's not a whole cup. And then I go to the freezer, get some yeast, do like about 1.5 teaspoons. There's a special measure for that. This came with the bread machine as well. Like, both of these came with the bread machine. But yeah, there's like a tablespoon measure and a teaspoon measure. So just get teaspoon, bam. Another little bit, bam. So then all of that's in here. And I do this at night, by the way. About 9, 10 o'clock, just before bed. I put them in that, in the hopper. It's not actually a hopper, is it? Because the things don't come out the bottom. That would define a hopper, I think. That the things come out the bottom. So it's just a thing. Bane? Nah, I don't know. It's got a mixer in it, so I don't know. Pan? Bread machine thingo? Anyway. So then all that stuff's in there. Then I pick this up and I put it in the machine and it twists into place. Close the lid. Then this probably takes half the time. Figuring out, okay, so from now till midnight, it's like 2.5 hours. And then till 6:30, that's 6.5 hours. Add those two together, 9 hours. Then you got it like 10 minutes at a time. It starts at 2 minutes 50 or something. Then you go bam, 3 o'clock. But then you got to like do 6, 4 o'clock, another 6, 5 o'clock, like 5 hours. Another 6, you get to 6 hours, bam, 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 bam. So you just got to keep hitting it, and it beeps really loud every button press you do, so it's really noisy. You're like beep, 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 and then you get it to exactly the right time. And then you can like plus and minus fiddle it into the right spot. I think 6:30 is nice. Finishes at 6:30. I get up at 6:45. It's just had that little second to have stopped cooking and chill out for a little while. Then I come downstairs, all bleary-eyed, open it out, toss it onto the breadboard, and then I put the machine away, and I just leave this on the breadboard to cool off, which is cooled off by plenty by now, but I'll wash it up later, and then I can use it again tonight. Because it's not a huge loaf of bread that it makes, so it's not all of this. It only goes up till about there, so half a head's worth of bread maybe. If you measure bread by head, that's half a head. Yeah. And then after a bit, then I come and I cut 1 slice of bread for my breakfast, because I can only cut it so thick that that's like 2.5 slices, 3 slices, 4 slices of normal bread. And then yeah, then that's how I make some bread. Yeah, so many baking tips. But I think the fun part of it is that I'm not doing it right now. There's not time. I don't think you can set the delay timer long enough for it to, yeah, be making bread tomorrow morning from now. I do need to wait till night time to set the delay. I mean, I could just set it to make bread right now and then have bread in 3 hours. Could have bread at like 4 o'clock or something. But I still have this bread that I haven't eaten, so I need to finish eating this bread first. Anyway, this has been way too long. It just got to 13 minutes. These videos shouldn't be that long. Sorry. Anyway, it's been Mike making munch with Mike, whatever the meme is. I'll catch you tomorrow.